stars. I know it's been a minute since I've been on YouTube. It's probably been about a month now since I recorded my last video, but life has happened, or should I say lack thereof. But nonetheless, life happens, so I've been taking care of some things behind the scenes, and it's taken me away from YouTube. So I am back, barefaced and ready to go into a new tutorial for you guys, because I know you miss seeing them on my channel. So I decided to take this opportunity to do a look for my channel with a palette that I have yet to use. And honestly, I've had it for a few months now, and I'm just picking it up. I looked in my drawer and it was staring back in my face, so I was like, let me just go ahead and see what kind of look can I create with this palette. And the palette in question is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Riviera palette. And like I said, I've had it for a while now. I probably did one little light look out of it, but I've rarely touched it or broke it in. So it looks like this. It has beautiful, beautiful colors in it. So we're just gonna see what we're gonna come up with this palette. I don't have no real rhyme or reason or any particular look that I'm going for. I just wanted to do something for my channel for you guys, because I know it's been a minute since I put anything up. So let's see what we can come up with. Let's see how creative I get and see what I come up with, and we'll go from there. I already took the liberty of doing my brows off camera. So in this case, I used my Morphe chocolate mousse pencil, I believe. No, this is my Java pencil. I used my Morphe Java pencil to sculpt my brows, and then I used my matte concealer in NW40 to sculpt out my brows. So voila, they're already done. I just want to focus on the eye look today, so that that could be the emphasis on the whole, purpose of this tutorial. So we're just going to focus on the eye look. I haven't really bought any new products as of late, except for maybe some lip products and stuff that I'm going to incorporate or try in this video, so that I can introduce you guys to some new products that I have bought. But in the end, I'm just going to do a brief summary of everything else that I used on my face. So I'm going to put it in the description bar down below. So yeah, we're just going to focus on the eye look today. I'm going to apply my P. Louise base in number 5. And I'm going to use my Morphe M173 brush. It's like a buffer brush, to apply my P. Louise base to my lids. I always use this brush unless I use another one that's smaller than this one. It's about the same shape and size, but it's a little bit smaller. I'm just going to buff this out. All over the lid so I can get good coverage. I like the colors to just cling or stick to this base, and it allows you to build up, good coverage with your eyeshadow colors. But it's so vibrant, and I really like the way it looks on the lids. But I get real good vibrant color with this base, and I've been using it for a minute now. I have other eyeshadow bases. I have plenty of eyeshadow bases in my collection, but this is the one that I tend to gravitate towards the most, because I just love its performance. It's so good. I'm gonna go into my Riviera palette. It looks like this. It's really, really pretty. And I'm going to use my Sigma E40 brush to pick up a transition color in here. And I think I'm gonna go with, these colors are so pretty. I'm gonna go with Coastline, which is this shade right down here at the bottom. And I'm just full color. Next, I'm going to go in and I'm going to pick up this shade right here, which is Cons. I would say cans, but I know that's not the way it's pronounced, but cans, this purple shade right here. It's really, really pretty. It's like a matte grape purple type of color. So I'm gonna pick that up with my Morphe M518 brush, and I'm going to pack this into my crease. And I'm gonna keep it real low because I don't want to come up into that space and overlap that transition color that we just put down. So I'm just going right into the crease with the point of the brush. And as you can see, I'm kind of like indenting my crease as I push the brush in. As I'm pushing it in, I'm wiggling back and forth. That way I can get it in real tight and just wiggle a little bit back and forth in order to disperse the color. It just spreads the color a little bit more. So yeah, we're just gonna put that into the outer crease. And in some cases, you can do circular motions in order to swirl and diffuse the color out, and it blends and softens out the edges. So I'm just gonna go right into my crease by pushing it in, as you can see, and just going back and forth. By using short, tight, wiggling back and forth motions, you can get the color in a little bit deeper, or you can pack it on a little bit better into the crease area, and that's basically what I'm doing right here. This is half of my eye. I'm bringing that crease color into the middle part of my crease. I'm not bringing it all the way over. I'm just going to take my color cleaner and clean my brush, take off the excess, and I'm going to go back in and just softly blend out the edges right between that transition color and the color that we just placed. And I'm blending out the edges like right in the middle right there. I'm doing the same thing on the other side. This time I'm going to take a clean blender brush. This one is my M433 Morphe brush. My bad. Looks like that, if you can see that. And I'm just going to use this to blend the outer edges even further, because I don't want to muddy up those two colors. So I'm just going back and forth. And in this case, I'm taking the brush vertically this way. Not this way, this way. And I'm blending out between those two colors so that I can get a softer, diffused, like, edge between those two colors. And I'm doing the same thing over here. I'm just blending it out. And then I'm just gonna pick up my Sigma brush that I use for my transitional color, and I'm gonna take a little bit of that coastline right on the edge of the brush right there. And I'm just gonna go back in and softly come in here and blend out the edge. Next, I'm going to pick up this shade right here, which is Mediterranean, over here on the far right of this palette. It's a beautiful, gorgeous, like Icelandic, like slate blue. It's really, really pretty. So we're going to apply this right next to that purple in the lid. And I'm just using a Revlon eyeshadow brush that I had picked up like years ago. I don't even know if you can even find this in the stores anymore, but I had picked this up in Walgreens at the time, and they were doing a clearance sale. And I've had this brush for a long time, and it works so well for my lid color. So I'm just gonna go into this palette and pick up Mediterranean on the end of my brush. I'm gonna pick up a good fair amount of this, and it's so pretty. Like, look at that. And what I'm gonna do with this is wet this with Fix Plus so I don't have too much fallout on my eyes, because I'm too lazy to go in my drawer and get one of those eye guards. So this is just my little baby one right here that I like to travel with. I usually refill it up with Fix Plus for my larger bottle. So I'm just gonna use my Fix Plus in order to wet this down so that I can foil it on the lid and it doesn't, you know, produce too much eyeshadow fallout. So I'm gonna place it right next to that purple. Taking it as high up on the lid as I possibly can. I'm dying to try out this shade right here on my lid, on the rest of my lid, in this Palermo. Yeah, Palermo. I don't know why I can't get that out, but it's this color right here, dead center top of this palette. That color right there. It's really, really pretty, super pretty. And we're gonna pack that on the rest of the lid. And I'm using my little e.l.f. shader brush. So we're gonna go ahead and pack this on the lid. Okay. I'm gonna go back in and pick up more of that purpley shade, that Cons right there. And I'm gonna really build around that Mediterranean, that blue shadow on the outside. And I really wanna build that up. So I'm gonna use my mini crease brush by Morphe. This one is my M542 brush. Don't quote me on that because I'm nearsighted. And sometimes I have a hard time reading certain things unless it's at a distance. This is the M562 brush. And I'm gonna pick up some of that color on the end of this brush. And I'm gonna go back in and I'm gonna blend out that Mediterranean a little bit better so that we can intensify, but I'm keeping it tight, like right up in that area, because this area is already blended out very well and I don't want to disturb that. So I'm just coming back in and I'm trying to build this purple and then blend it into the blue eyeshadow next to it. And it's so funny because you come up with this completely different color value when the two are blended together, and it's so super freaking pretty, like super pretty. And then I'm just gonna sweep it over into this area over the Mediterranean, almost into the Palermo, and just stop short, like right there. Now I'm taking my Morphe M213 brush, and it's a small shader brush. It's usually used for eyeshadow along your lash line, and you want to get in there real tight, get up under your lash line. I tend to use this more for my tear ducts. Like, I like to apply eyeshadow color to my tear ducts. So on the inner third of my eye, I'm going to pick up this color right here, Yacht. And I'm gonna place that color on my tear duct. It's really, really pretty. It's almost like an old gold color, It kind of reminds me of MAC's Old Gold pigment, but this one I think is a little bit more mutable. It's not as bright as Old Gold, but it's still so pretty, and it's really smooth, but it's really pretty. So I'm going to apply that on the inner third of my eyes. Clean off my little small shader brush because I want to use it so that I can, you know, get in real tight and real close to my brow line with this color right here from the palette. This one is called Cabana, and I thought this would be nice to be in keeping with the colors that I already have on my lid. It's just a really soft mustard yellow type of color, I guess you can say, and it's real pretty. And I just want it to be muted on my brow bone area. I didn't want it too bright. So we're just gonna go in and just take that along the brow bone area. We're gonna try a new liquid liner. This one is by NYX. This is the Epic Wear Waterproof Eye and Body Liquid Liner. And this one is in the shade Lilac. So we're gonna see how this is going to look over this look, because I just wanted to try something different. Oh yeah, this is super pretty. I like this. Yes, ma'am. This will work. My Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. I've been obsessed with this in the last 3-4 months or so. So I've been using this like heavily. I really love this mascara. It goes on, you know, nice, smooth, even coverage, you know, coats of mascara on the lashes, and they just extend my lashes out like crazy, even though mine aren't super long. But I really love the way this mascara looks on my lashes. The lashes I will be using today are the Kiss Mink Effect collection, the Eris lashes from their, like I said, from their Mink Effect collection. So these are Eris, and they're super pretty. You can pick these up from, I believe I got these from Family Dollar for like $4 or $5. So pretty good deal, but they're super pretty. I had recently purchased these before I took a trip out of town to Atlanta just recently, and even though they look dramatic, they're so natural looking on the eyes, and they're very lightweight. They almost give the appearance or the feeling of not wearing lashes at all. So that's the reason why I like these so much. And knowing me, I'll probably go back and get more pairs, but they're just so freaking pretty, and they just look how beautiful they are. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop these on, and I will be right back. Now I'm moving on to the face. I'm going to use my Pacifica Natural Minerals Cherry Matte Mattifying Primer. I haven't used this in a while, and it smells so good. Cherries. And I'm just gonna wipe this over my face.
East and Side Beats, the producer.
Try my Becca Ultimate Coverage Complexion Cream in the shade Maple. It's been a while since I used this. I mean, it's still good, but I rarely pick this up, so I want to use it for today's look. I love this foundation so much. I know in a minute I'm probably gonna have to go and get a backup of this foundation because I love it so much. It gives amazing coverage and it looks really good on the skin, so that's the reason why I haven't used this in a while, because I know me, I'll go through this bottle so quick and then have to run back out and get another bottle before I know it. So this one is one of my favorite foundations, even though I have a lot of foundations. Which incidentally, I have had people hit me up and ask me when was I doing a makeup collection video, and that's coming real soon. My makeup collection is pretty substantial, so I'm going to be showing you guys a lot of what is in my makeup collection real soon. So expect that video to come in about 1-2 weeks time, something like that, but it's coming. Okay. My favorite go-to has been my Real Techniques foundation brush. It is the 200 and it looks like this. And I tend to use Fix Plus to move my foundation around on my skin so I can get flawless coverage. Okay, so I finished up everything, the contouring, the foundation, the highlighting. I set everything like I always do in every last single video that you have watched on my YouTube channel. My routine has not changed. Only difference is probably the products, but like I said, I'll leave them in the product description box below. Along my lower lash line, I did apply a color from the palette, and this one is in the shade Bahamas, which is this color right here. bottom center of the palette, and I just took that along the bottom of my lash line. So I'm just using my little small Morphe shader brush once again, and I'm picking up some color and I'm just going right up underneath the lower lash line, and I'm just packing that on. Now I'm just going to apply my mascara to my lower lashes. I'm just taking this yacht color out of the palette that I initially applied to my tear ducts. Some of the color has gone away and I want that color to pop. So that's the reason why I'm going back in and I'm going to place more on my tear duct, for the simple fact that my highlighter and my foundation took a lot of that away from my tear duct. So I'm just gonna pop some more in there. For blush, I'm going to be applying my Too Faced Pomegranate blush from the Tutti Frutti collection, and this is really, really pretty. I feel like it was in keeping with the pink theme that we got going on today, so we're going to go ahead and apply this to the cheeks with my Real Techniques blush. Now I'm going to go over to the frosted side, and I'm going to use that as a topper on top of the darker color that we just placed on here. I like a little shimmer, and it kind of intensifies the color too. It just makes it pop even more. So yeah, I love this blush. And I'm putting more on this side. Like I said, it just gives a little frosted shimmer to this blush already. So that's the reason why I love it so much. I'm going to use this beautiful highlighter from the Tutti Frutti collection by Too Faced Cosmetics. This one is called Strawberry Sparkle. Yep, Strawberry Sparkle. And it looks like this. It's super pretty, and it smells so good. It smells exactly like strawberries. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this on my face, and I'm going to dab it onto my face, and I'm going to use my fingers to smooth it out. I'll be able to get a better application for it if I use my fingers. So I'm just going to go ahead and dab this in certain areas. Like running along my nose right there, and take the edge of my stick and so pretty. Use a sponge too, but I'm just going to use my fingers because my fingers will warm it up, you know, the warmth, the heat from my fingers, and it's going to melt this highlighter into my skin. So I'm just pretty much moving it around by patting it into the skin. And I'm just blending it in. Now for the grand finale, we're getting down to the lips. These are new products that I just purchased recently. I was super excited about receiving them, even though I only got one of each product, but I'm definitely going back on the website and I'm going to order more. And that is the Juvia's Place, the nude mauves lipsticks that they just recently came out with. And I also ended up getting one of their lip pencils. This one right here, I'm not sure. Okay, hold on. This one is called Cola, and it's like a mid-tone brown lip pencil, and it looks like that. Perfect shade for neutral looks or mauve pink nude lips. And the color that I had gotten from Juvia's place is called a Mauve Moment, right there. It's super, super pretty. Look at the packaging. Isn't it cute? So we're gonna apply this, and over this I'm just gonna use a clear gloss to give it that little nice little shine, so it make my lips pop. Wow, look at the packaging. Isn't that pretty? It is so cute. Oh, that is so gorgeous. I'm a sucker for pretty packaging, and this one is just gorgeous. And this one is, like I said, it's called a Mauve Moment, and it looks like that. I love mauve, purpley, gray, eggplant, neutral, pinky toned type of nude lipsticks. And this one was right up my alley, so I'm gonna apply my lip liner first, and then we're gonna apply my lipstick. And what I'm gonna do is, because my lips are a little dry, I'm gonna use my LA Colors Glossy Lip. I'm gonna apply this first, because this is a mattifying lipstick is the reason why I don't want to just put it straight where my lips dry. So I'm gonna put this on as a layer protection, or coat my lips with this first. And then that way the lipstick will blend in a little bit better when I do apply it. Plus, it helps my lip liner to blend in a little bit better, too. Okay, sis. Okay. Ooh, that's pretty. Okay. How pretty is that? Oh, this is so gorgeous. You know what? Juvia's place always comes through in the clutch. They never fail to excite me with the new products that they come out with. They never let me down, ever. Never, ever, ever. Not even once have they ever let me down. And this is yet another testament that shows the strength of this brand, because their products are just fantastic. But sis, look at that. Okay. I love it. I love it. It's really pretty. Okay guys, so I decided to add this part towards the end of my video. Right here I had installed my wig actually before I even began my tutorial. So now I'm just pulling some hairs down so that I can create some baby hairs. I don't really like the over exaggerated, like ratchet, swoopy, swervy, like baby hair. So I just take, little hairs out at a time. And in this case, for my wig, I decided to pull out certain areas so that I can cut them short with my little edge razor. So I cut baby hairs to the center of my forehead, as well as some baby hairs on the side. And I like mine kind of short. They're still swoopy, but not wavy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really like that exaggerated look, so I'm going for something real subtle. So right here, I'm just going to continue to just keep pulling out select sections, and I'm going to go ahead and cut them down kind of super short. And then I'm going to style them in place. I'm using my little edge brush, and I'm using the comb side, and I'm also using some Bonner Brothers styling foam mousse so that I can lay those hairs down. And I'm just basically swooping them into place so that they'll stay. And like I said, I'm not using any got to be glued or spray or anything like that. I'm just using mousse. It gives, like really good hold. At the same token, it doesn't make my hair super stiff to where I can't move those baby hairs. So I like to just use foam and mousse when it comes to my edges now. So that's basically what I'm doing. I just pump some on the back of my hand, and I'm using my brush to pick up that mousse so that I can apply it to my baby hairs, and I'm swooping them into place. I'm just picking up some more styling foam so that I can brush my side edges down around my ears and just try to get them as flat as possible. And I'm kind of swooping them. Like I said, I really like my edges short. I don't really like for them to be too swoopy, and I like for them to have a clean cut edge. So the next few steps, you'll see me taking a small pair of scissors, and I'm just going to go in and just cut my baby hairs like really short so that I can just swoop them over to get a nice edge, a clean edge, instead of like that curvy, like wavy type of look when it comes to my edges. Like I said, I just like the mousse better because it lays my edges down a little bit flatter and better than the original, like got to be glue or the spray. And it's softer on my hair. It gives softer edges, and that way they don't look so harsh and stiff when I get ready to comb them out. Now that that's all out of the way, I can take my hair up, and I'm twisting it up and putting it into a butterfly clamp, because I'm going to go ahead and take an elastic band, and I'm going to go ahead and lay my edges down with that band. I find this method to be really, really good when it comes down to laying my edges super flat. It's a little uncomfortable. It depends on how long you cut the elastic band. Me wearing ear piercings is the reason why I have to cut my band a little bit longer, but because I don't want them rubbing up against my piercings and stuff. So I cut a piece that's long enough for me to tie comfortably around my head so that I can secure, the band in place, and it'll lay my edges down comfortably. I waited about 20 minutes before I removed my headband so that I can let the foaming mousse on my edges dry sufficiently, or give it enough time so that they can dry completely, so that they will lay down flat and be super melted into my hairline. And then what I like to do in order to keep them from having that hard, crispy look or that stiff look to my edges, I like to take my edge comb once again and comb my baby hairs out. Because they have already been molded into place with the foaming mousse is the reason why I don't really, too much worry about my baby hairs losing, their form or their shape. So that's the reason why I'm able to, take my comb and just comb them out gently so that they won't look stiff and harsh, and it gives a soft, natural look to my edges. I still feel like my baby hairs in the front are a little bit too long still. So I'm just taking some small scissors and I'm just cutting the edges, because like I said, I like for them to have that clean look so that they kind of swoop over, but they're not swoopy. I don't know if there's a difference between what I'm saying, but y'all pretty much get what I'm saying. I just don't like those S-curl, hard, exaggerated, ratchet, ghetto looking baby hair. So I like to cut mine a little short so that they look cleaner when I swoop them over. So that's basically what I'm doing with my scissors right here. I'm just cutting my baby hairs a little bit shorter.
The producer.
I'm going to take my wax stick and I'm going to go and part my hair in certain sections or areas to where they need to lay down at, and I'm going to apply that wax stick at the base of that hair so that I can use my straightening comb to kind of lay that hair down a little bit flatter, because I'm going to pull my hair back away from my face so that I can apply my headband, because that's how I'm rocking my hair today. So like you can see, I'm just applying that wax stick to the base of my hair. And for some reason, with this particular frontal, this is a frontal from Virgo Hair Company. I don't know if when it was manufactured or created, the person who ventilated the unit was ventilating the hair in different directions, because as you all know, your hair will be tangle free and will behave a little bit better so that you can control it if all of the hairs or the cuticles of the hairs are ventilated in the same direction. For some reason on this frontal, in this particular section where I'm straightening the base of the hair out on the unit, it always tends to get thick in that area and it feels like it's tangled at the base of the lace unit. So that's the reason why I'm using my straightening comb to kind of straighten that out, because sometimes it's hard for me to even run a wide tooth comb through my frontal on the right side of this unit. So basically the wax stick and the straightening comb helps to solve all of that. Now I'm going to take more foam wrap mousse and I'm going to go ahead and mousse my hair down. So I'm going to apply this throughout my hair so that I can get the curls back into my hair. So that's basically what I'm doing right here. I'm just running foam and wrap mousse through my hair so that I can bring the curls back in my unit. So this is what my unit looks like finished after I put mousse through it, and I just formatted the curls and brought it back to life. And I just went ahead and decided to top my hair with this sparkly diamond headband that I made some years ago. It's so old. I think I made it back in 2004 or 2005. But I thought it would be fitting so that I can pull my hair back away from my face. Well, that about wraps it up for this look, folks. I hope you enjoyed it. I just thought that I would include the tail end of me doing my hair because it needed to be redone, and I had just installed it earlier today. So I just wanted to pull it back and do something simple to it, and I think it came out pretty decent. You know, I'm not always good about wig installs and stuff like that, but I really wanted to lay this one down. But in case you're all asking, this is Water Wave textured hair with a 13 by 4 water wave closure from Virgo Hair Company. The bundles I got locally, and I think I made this wig probably over a year ago. So yeah, and then just recently I had refurbished it because the hairline was so messed up. I had to actually cut the old hairline off, and then I used some new lace to stitch to the back end of my frontal so that I can create a new lace part, and then I ventilated hair into the front. So I probably ventilated about this much hair into the wig so that I can replace the whole front and just redo it over again. So if you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, share with your family and friends, and I will check in with you superstars later. Be well, be happy, be blessed.